Hey there and welcome to this special edition of Golf Live, live on Facebook. I'm Ryan Asalta and thrilled to be joined in our Timing Studios here in New York with the Great White Shark, Greg Norman. Greg, thanks so much for being here. I know it's been an exciting week for you. We have a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about the Shark Experience, which you launched this week, some new technology that the golf world was introduced to this week. We're also hopefully going to hear from you out there on Facebook. If you've got a question for Greg related to the golf world, the future, golf technology, anything in the world of golf, fire away. We'll get those questions to Greg, and he's going to have a little fun with us for the next 15 minutes or so here, right here on Facebook. And Greg, let's talk about Shark Experience. This was a venture of yours in the works for many, many years now. You have some great partners. Tell golfers about this technology that you're really going to see in golf courses all over the country starting next year.
Yeah, actually, it's a partnership that has really been a 4-year process in the making to get to this point today. It's been kept under wraps extremely well because a lot of people are trying to figure out what is the Norman organization and Verizon doing together. And but anyway, basically what we've done is we've taken a 10.1-inch screen that is put on some club cars today. And my partner and I decided to finance putting every one of those screens on every club car that comes out of the facility, which is about $50,000 a year. And then we're going to provide a connectivity platform with my partnership with Verizon to give what the golfers need today. They're going to get an enhanced experience on the golf course, and it's going to be your game, your way. And what I mean by that is, over the last couple of years, Ryan, we've seen individuals go to golf courses with their own earbuds on their iPhones, taking Bluetooth speakers sometimes, but anytime they have a time between their shots, they're right on their iPhone again, checking what's going out. So basically what we've done is we've brought all that to that screen on a golf cart. And so you're going to have live streaming music because we've put speakers in the ceiling of a golf cart. They're ergonomically designed. You can play it as loud as you can possibly play it, but the speakers stay kind of contained. You can walk 40, 45 feet from the cart and you may just barely hear it. So you have a plethora of genres from Slacker Radio. You have live streaming sports. You have news. You have entertainment. You have GN tips. Most important to me is the cashless system. One swipe of the credit card. In the pro shop, you get a Shark digital key, which is a 4-digit code. You go out to any golf cart, you put that code in, and now you're a member for a day. You can do whatever you want to do out there. You can pick whatever bundle you want to pick, and if you don't want any, you don't have to have any. If you want the whole lot, you can have the whole lot. So it's really, and the beautiful part about it, it's a rev share with the golf courses. Right. So we're giving back to the golf courses to some degree.
Which is very important. A lot to digest there. I had a chance to experience the Shark Experience. It really is so unique. I really enjoyed the music personally. I had my own walk-up song to the tee box. First time in my golf career I've had that. How important is this, though, Greg, to the future of the game? There's so much talk about growing the game the last few years, attracting new golfers, young golfers, millennials. Is this geared towards them, or is it really for all different types of golfers? You say your game, your way. Is there something for everyone here?
I think there is something for everyone. Like I said, some people want it and some people won't want it. But at the end of the day, I don't know how many of your viewers out there have actually gone to a Top Golf facility. And this is kind of like Top Golf, going to the golf course. You can have your music, you can have your F&B, you can enjoy your time with your friends, you can be connected with your friends. And if you look what's happened with Top Golf over the last year, 11 million people went to Top Golf facilities, 11 million. Of that, 4.4 million of you out there had never played golf before. So what we need to do is we need to reach down to these young millennials, these young Gen Zers who love their devices, want their snackable content, want to be able to do what they want to do on the golf course, right? Enjoy themselves on the golf course. I think the old days of golf being stuck in a box is gone. It's gone because of where technology is today. I identified that virgin space on that screen, and we're bringing it to you with my partnership with Club Car GPSI and Verizon.
Yeah, really a little something for everyone. The questions are coming in, plenty of them here on Facebook. Greg, let's start with Jeff. He wants to know, you're going to provide the Shark Experience that can be purchased and used across any course and club car. So I guess, who can find this at what golf course?
That's a great question. It's going to be, because our partnership is with Club Car, we're Club Car in the USA domestic. Club Car is the largest market share of golf carts in the United States and the world, actually. So they're on 6,700 golf courses. As this thing rolls out, it'll be fully deployed in about 4 years because most golf courses are on a lease program, and it's a 4-year lease cycle, so that'll roll on out. So as we do 50,000 of these a year, you multiply that out 4 years, that's how you're going to get the revolving. So it's going to be on Club Car, so not every golf course, like I said, of the 15,000 golf courses out here, 6,700 of them are on Club Car is on that facility.
What about cost? I guess it'll be different at each golf course. Some resorts will likely just kind of work this into their greens fee. But golfers will have an option at some golf courses to say a certain amount of money, and you know that they can opt in or opt out right there at the starter, right?
That's exactly right. That's the B2C model. So the B2C model has 3 bundle packages. You got play, which is the dynamic yardages. Then you got play and listen, which is the yardages and the music. Then you got play, listen, and watch. So there's 3 different bundles you can select. As you drive up onto the first tee, there'll be a teaser reel or a scissor reel being played. You'll experience it on the first hole. Then you make the decision whether you want to do it from the second hole onwards. So you do have the option of opting in, opting out, but I think once you get to experience it and feel it and touch and see it, I think you'll be opting in.
And you're looking at it somewhere in the $5 to $10 range?
Yes.
That's the type of price that golfers are looking at. All right, some other questions coming in.
Per cart, not per golfer, per
Which is very important because usually when you go to a golf course, you're charged for the cart per player.
Right.
This is per cart.
Per cart. Exactly
anywhere from $2.50 to $5 a player. Seems pretty reasonable. All right, more questions coming in. Some tech-related questions, technology and equipment, actually, Greg. Let's see. Susan's watching from Little Rock, Arkansas, so we got a wide variety of audience coming here. Shane wants to know any new equipment coming down the road from Greg Norman and the Greg Norman Company.
Not hard goods, no, but I know Cobra's coming out with the Connected Club, which we all know about, and I think they'll be launching something coming up at the PGA show that's going to advance on that. So I'm involved on the peripheral of that a little bit, but not from a Greg Norman Company standpoint that we bring out any hard goods.
Okay. How about technology in general, the future in golf right now? There's obviously a lot of debate when it comes to technology, the golf ball, equipment, yardage on golf courses, how golf courses are set up. What direction does the game need to go? Obviously, this is a very progressive idea with Shark Experience. Are there other ideas that need to kind of fall in line to keep the game healthy?
Well, yes. The answer to that is yes. I mean, just taking in my profession, when we had to do yardage and yardage books, and we acquired yardage books, why not use a laser? Why not use a rangefinder that's there that can help speed it up a little bit, right? Get your caddy to have that. You shoot your yardage. At the time you get there, you're not doing some calculation on a piece of paper and saying, this is what we're doing. All this technology that's on a piece of paper with the contours of the green, there are different ways of doing that where you can speed it. So in our world, the answer is yes. In the fun world, which are the masses out there, you have that capability through your devices all the time. What we're doing now is bringing it all into the golf cart, but we need to keep expanding technology. There's no question about it. We cannot, if you fall behind technology in any way, shape, or form in life, in sport, in anything you do, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to catch up. So yes, technology is always going to be out in the forefront.
I think some of your crew is on Facebook. Someone from the Greg Norman handle just asked us, who's your favorite employee?
Oh, boy.
I wonder where that's coming from. Let's see if we can grab that there. Well, I'll check out a couple more questions here for you, Greg. Yeah, I don't think Greg's going to give that answer publicly anyway. Aaron's asking, Greg, are you ever going to play tournament golf in Australia again?
In Australia, no.
No?
My next tournament golf will be with my son and the father's son in December of this year. I'm looking forward to it because we haven't done it for a few years because it's always conflicted against my tournament, which is a QBE Shark Shootout.
All right. How about, I got to ask, we got you in here. We're talking about the future, golf. Tiger Woods, asked you real quick. He's made a lot of news this week. He's coming back to the PGA Tour. From what you've seen, the videos that have come out, the back surgeries, and you see what's on tour right now. Pretty strong right now. Justin Thomas, Jordan Spieth, Dustin Johnson. Do you think Tiger can compete with those guys?
Well, he'll be able to compete. It's just a matter of, and I don't know his condition. I don't know how good his game is. I've never spoken to Tiger Woods, so it's very difficult. I can make this assessment that I have had back surgery, and I have had surgeries from golf, and there is a time period that you get away from the game of golf, and the other players, as you get older, they get younger. And what's going to happen is, and what I'll be an interesting observer of, is how Tiger manages his expectations going out there. Does he expect to be the longest driver out there in the group anymore? Does he expect to be the intimidated guy that he was before all these injuries and incidences and issues in life? That'll be the one. And whether he can make that adjustment that he's not as good as what he used to be, then he might be able to work his way back into the game a little bit at a slower pace and just accept what it is. I think that it's good for the game of golf that he's coming back. There's no question about it. But he's got to manage his expectations, because everybody's going to expect him to come roaring back, do what he's supposed to do, and boom, what's wrong with Tiger? He hasn't won in a year, right? Talking about a year from now.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Did you have that moment in your career where you had to lower your expectations, whether it be because of physical ailments or, obviously you went the business route in the latter portion of your playing career. Was it tough to you to say, I might not be what I was and have to kind of pivot here?
No, I was very much the realist. I knew that was the case, and I never really forced the issue on myself because I was enjoying myself doing other places. And one other final thing, that when you are an injured athlete, and you are recovering after a long period of time, your proprioception of your golf swing, what your brain remembers and what the body gives you, is two different things now. When you are totally in sync, no matter where you are, any time, any moment in space, you are connected. Your proprioceptions were so sharp. Now, as you get more and more under pressure, those weak links, which are those surgical places, those weak links which are in the back of your mind, they're going to be more and more exposed. Right, so that's the transition, the adjustments you have to make when you're that fine an athlete, where you can actually feel things down to a micromillimeter of making adjustments just before impact to make sure the ball goes straight.
Yeah, and they rear their ugly head when you at least like it, I'm sure. Let's get back to technology before we let you go here. Tim wants to know, should the tour introduce equipment restrictions or just make golf courses longer?
Well, Tim, I think that's a great question. I think that what should happen is there should be two sets of rules. I think there should be a set of rules for the PGA Tour players, the best of the best. And Tim, I'll say this. If you send out the invitation to Augusta National next year, and part of the invitation criteria was, guys, you're going to use a hickory shafted golf club and a gutta percha ball, I guarantee you all the players are still going to play Augusta National. And I guarantee you the best player will still win. So my point is, let's put the restrictions on the pros, the best of the best, and let's open it up for the Tims of the world, to everybody else, and have fun with technology, have fun with what the equipment can really give you, right, that the pros really extract to the maximum level.
Obviously, fun is the name of the game, really, when we're talking about the Shark Experience. Tom has a great idea here. He's thinking you should have some themed music channels like Hole in One, the best singles, From the Rough, indie music, and maybe Breakin' 60, which would be 50s music. So good idea by Tom.
A great idea,
a lot of good feedback I'm sure you're going to hear over the coming weeks and months. Last thing on the Shark Experience, you've called this a game changer for a while. Why is this going to be a game changer for the masses, for golfers across the world to experience this?
Well, I think it's going to enhance your time on the golf course. And you need, look, we all are looking at our devices, whatever you're looking on that device for, right? It could be snackable content. It could be watching a YouTube. It could be listening to ESPN radio. Could be watching live football. It could be whatever, texting, emails, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's enhancing the player's experience on the golf course. And it's so important that people go out there and enjoy. And I'll give you one little impact. The comment that came from one of our pilot golf courses from a father and a son. And father plays golf, the 14-year-old son doesn't play golf. They were out on the golf course together, which he tries to take his son out. His son takes his iPad. The son's normally bored after 4 holes because his iPad may have run out of battery or he's just bored, right? They went out and experienced Shark Experience. The father said this is the first time my son, who doesn't play golf, enjoyed all 4.5 hours with me. He stayed in the cart, he got out of the cart, he could put on pause what he was watching his shows his way. So there's a prime example, your game, your way. Dad had fun, the son enjoyed the 4.5 hours with him. He said, this is what it's all about.
Yeah, something for everyone. I think you hit on something very important, the idea of watching sports. Can you imagine people out there watching? You don't go on the golf course because your favorite football team is playing that day. Well, now you can, and you can watch the game and check your fantasy stats, all that. In case you're wondering, I have asked this to Greg, what Greg listens to. It's all about the mood, right? You told me a little mood. Buffett, a little Marley if you're down in the Bahamas. But if you're in serious golf mode, what is it? What's the? I think people will be surprised.
I don't know. I think sometimes it would depend on my mood. I might put some really heavy metal stuff on and just let it go.
Really?
Just jam on out. You know, I might listen to some, for people who remember, something like Joe Cocker or something like that. Really, really cranky stuff, you know, that gets you fired up. Because, you know, I think that's the fun part. We all listen. I listen to the music going to work in the morning in my car radio. I listen to working out. Music working out, so I'm always varying it up to the moods I'm in, and at the end of the day, golf is golf, and I could be playing some really soft jazz going around the golf course too if I want to mellow out a little bit. Depends on the company.
Sometimes we all need to mellow out on the golf course a little bit. Shark Experience going to be debuted at the PGA Show in the start of 2018 and then rolled out across the country at golf courses around America. Greg, thanks so much for being in here. Good luck with the Shark Experience. Thanks for joining us on Facebook. We'll see you next time right here on Facebook and, of course, on golf.com. Take care.